Hey, it's Brenton On Tour. I'm hanging out in Costa, Mesa, Southern California, with my buddy Jeremy from JQC Coffee Roasters. This place serves his coffee. We're drinking coffee. The question is, how did we get to this portion of drinking the coffee? His looks way better than mine. He's got a bunch of artwork on there. What are you doing here, Jer?
A little rainbow latte art.
What's the rainbow made from?
Organic food coloring.
Organic food coloring. Look at that. I'm gonna get him to show me a little bit of this a little bit later on, but for now we're gonna finish these coffees, and then I'm gonna show you how we got here. Cheers, man.
Cheers, man.
Hanging out with Jeremy Gursey here at JQC Coffee, and we're making pour-overs. Tell me a little bit about the process here, man.
So this is the Chemex process. Been around since the 1940s. Beautiful process. It's very clean. Double bonded filter means it's twice as thick, so it keeps out different sediments when you're doing the pour over. And we're letting this bloom. So I hit it with a little bit of water, and it's degassing, and you can see it's kind of starting to blossom a little bit.
What's the bloom time?
Bloom time could be anywhere from like 40 to 60 seconds, you know, on average, depending on how much it needs to degas. And,
look at that coffee.
Yeah, that's right. We've got a beautiful setting out here.
Tell me a little bit about JQC Coffee and how you got the thing started, man. How did we do this?
So we've been around 26 years. Started it out of my parents' garage with $100.
$100 bucks.
$100.
Anything can be done with $100, people.
That's
$100.
Right. Kids, $100. And worked in a coffee place, wanted to get into film and television, had a casting director customer who came in every day, and I made friends with him, and if my boss wasn't around, I filled his cup up with coffee, and he would give me my start. So I started with him, and coffee on movie sets had never been done before, so I was the first person to ever do that.
And so then you went and created your own brand.
So I created a brand, and then what I did is I studied under a master coffee roaster, became an apprentice, and learned about how to source, how to taste, how to buy coffee. I mean, he literally would put a blindfold on me and have me taste different regions, and I would have to name them what I was tasting. It was pretty cool.
That's a hell of a process. How was that portion of it, trying to taste your different...
It was pretty damn amazing, and then with that I developed my own flavor, and I was working on a little movie called Jerry Maguire, and in the middle of the movie Tom Cruise's assistant came over and said, "Tom's a big fan of what you're doing, your coffee. We'd love to know if you want to come on the road with us. We have a personal chef, we have a nutritionist, we have a personal trainer, we like a personal barista now," and that kind of started my career.
So you showed him the coffee?
Yes.
That's what it was.
Yes. It wasn't the money. He showed me the money.
He showed you the money? That's great.
Yeah.
So we're doing the Chemex. We'll be back in a second to see how this thing finishes up, and then we're going to give it a good taste. All right. Oh, this looks great, man. Look at this. So tell me a little bit about where you get your bean from and your process of the roasting.
Interesting question. So our beans come from top 0.5%, the world's finest plantations, and we get them from all over the world, from Africa, Central America, Indonesia. But what really differentiates what we do, because there's a lot of great coffee companies are buying in the top 0.5%, but our roasting process is really what differentiates us. So,
you're going to tell us what that is, or is that a secret for
No, I can tell you all about it.
Let's look into it. What's your process, my friend?
That's cloud roasting. It's basically airbed roasting. Only 5% of roasters in the entire US use this process, and instead of a hot metal drum to actually roast the beans like a frying pan, we use hot air that lifts it off the metal like a cloud and basically envelops the bean and gives it a nice even roast. So it's not roasting as it hits metal, it's roasting at the same time with air.
It's floating around.
Floating around. We call it cloud roasting. It's a lot easier, it's less acidic, it's more complex, doesn't stale as quick, and it's a lot healthier. It's a clean burning roaster, so there's no emissions and irritants like other roasters have with the air. So it's good for the planet as well.
We like this. Good for the planet. Well, we're going to finish up here. We're going to head back inside. Thanks for the Chemex. This tastes fantastic.
It really does, actually.
I think you should start doing all of your Chemex outside by fountains. That would be the best.
This
all right,
really tastes good.
We're going to head inside. Okay, I'm back with Jeremy. Jeremy, so we've seen your rainbow artwork. We've seen the Chemex outside. What else you got going on in this hotel, man?
This is our Kyoto 8-hour cold brew, one of my favorite processes for cold brew coffee. Less acidic. Basically, we start with filtered water in the top. It passes through a barrier of coffee, which we've since removed. Goes through a little filtration, then goes through a little distillery process where it's actually aerated and comes down a nice thick coffee extract at the bottom. Tastes like a fine bourbon.
And here we are, back at inside the bar of the Avenue of the Arts. We spent a good portion of the day here with Jeremy showing me what it's all about and how he makes coffee and provides coffee services for the stars in the hotels and you name it. Tell me a little bit about where we can find you next, buddy. What are you up to?
Next, I'm going to Minnesota for a new resort out there, and then Miami for a Cuban cafe.
A Cuban cafe in Miami.
Yeah, a lot of Cuban coffees going out of there.
When I get to Miami, we're going to test it out. Where can everybody find you online?
JQCCoffee.com or at JQC Coffee for Instagram and Facebook.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me in today, man.
Pleasure, man.
That was really great. Cheers to you.
Cheers, mate.
JQC Coffee Roasters, Brenton On Tour. All right.